Grounded 2, someone's got to say it, this is not an early access game. This is a game where you're paying to take part in a beta. Drumroll please, there are far too many bugs in this game for it to be considered an early access game. Since when did it become normal to launch a game with this many bugs and have players pay you to take part in your beta? These aren't little issues either, they're absolutely game breaking. From a dupe bug that is ruining the progress of the game, to bugs spawning on the inside of your base, on the underneath of your bottom platform. Then you've got such a broken repair system, you can't actually repair all the damage that it does, because you can't seem to hit the repair unless you're stood at the exact right angle for the thing that you're trying to repair. It's absolutely ridiculous. Then you've got an attack system which is so broken that the attack might never come. If the attack doesn't come, then you can't simply just sleep until the next morning. You've got to log out and back in to fix the issue, and then when you log out and back in, you might find that you then get attacked. You can figure out how to kill snails really early on, except they've not added in the Omni tool to actually break the shells. So if you break the shells near your base early on like I did, you then can't break the shell, you can't move the shell on, the shell doesn't despawn, it just sits there forever in your way, blocking you from building properly. It's just another glaring oversight. Why would you add in a resource that you cannot either dismantle or move or get out of the way or just do something with? There is a place for early access games, but this just isn't one of them. If you do it right, such as Path of the Exile 2, you could still have such a fun experience knowing that you might encounter some bugs, but when there's so many game breaking bugs that it ruins the fun of the game just for a blatant cash grab so that you can get that little bit of money early. Whereas if you'd have just waited an extra 6 months to polish this game has got the potential to be absolutely huge, because besides from the obvious which I've already mentioned, it's a really fun game. There's just game breaking bugs which will ruin your fun at the moment because they've released it too early. Don't remember playing Path of the Exile 2 and coming across a floating boss in the sky which just does nothing, doesn't interact with you in any way, shape or form, sits there while you attack it until it dies. If you're thinking of paying for Grounded 2, my advice would be simply don't. It's just not worth it at the minute. But if you're on Game Pass, it might be worth a try. But then why would you pick Grounded 2 in its current state when you could play Grounded 1 fully evolved, which has got all of the kinks worked out of it already? All of that being said, I do actually really like this game, which is why the bugs have frustrated me so much, because it's not a one-off, there's so many of them, and it's incorporated into a game which is really enjoyable, which has been ruined pushing a game out just a little bit too early. How I yearn for the days when game developers actually cared about the experience you had while playing their game, rather than only caring about getting your money out of your wallet. And all of this from a studio which brought you Halo, the original Fable, Forza Horizon, some really good fun games to play, just makes it that little bit more disappointing. I hope you've enjoyed my angry rant. More importantly, I hope that I've stopped you from wasting your money. If you did enjoy the video, consider dropping a like or subscribe.